Hey, this is the right space to explore real-life issues affecting real people. We provide professional counseling to individuals, couples, organizations, schools, church, and others. Follow, share, subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Let's Chit Chat UK.
Hi everyone, good evening. Nice to be here again. The topic we're going to be talking about this evening is how much does love cost? Yeah, so, do we have to spend money to get love, or what do we have to do to receive love back?
Great, Jackie. Thank you so much. I'm Pastor Cecile. Happy to be back with you again tonight. Pastor Eno.
Yeah, Mommy. Great to see you once again. And Sister Jackie, great to see you. It's been a long time. And this topic is very powerful. And I'm Pastor Enoch. We are here to chit chat.
Great.
I'm finding it quite difficult to hear you, Enoch. Sorry.
Pardon me, I couldn't hear you.
I think Jackie was saying that she finds it difficult to hear you. I don't know if you can hear me, but I can hear you very well.
Yeah, I can't. I can hear you very well.
Oh. Okay. This is Let's Chit Chat. How much does it cost to love? Jackie, I'll leave it to you. Although, brilliant. I would just want to say that we can barely see you. Jackie and Pastor Eno, you are leading us. Go ahead. That's the question on the brand. Does it cost to love?
Right. Do you think love costs money before you actually fall in love? Does it mean spending money to go out and treat that person, or does love automatically just happen?
Pastor Eno?
Well, I believe that love costs everything. Love costs everything, involves everything, involves sacrifice. Without a cost, there is no love, because love transcends beyond feelings. Love transcends beyond money. Love transcends beyond emotions. So it costs a lot to find love and to be loved. Many a times we see that even though there are people that got all these kind of ingredients that we talk about, like money, like material stuff, and everything that a woman or a man will need in a relationship, but it end up not going on well in the relationship. It's not that they don't love themselves. It's that they don't have the strength, to appreciate love. So love costs a lot, in my point of view.
Right, no. Can I just say, could there be a possibility that, people could just fall in love because they care for someone rather than expenses and financial stability? Just by a person being generally kind and sincere and empathetic and, just caring for that person, just being there. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, I would say that, like, everybody can be kind. Not everybody can love. Yeah, the fact that somebody can be sharing you kindness, like, all manner of stuff, doesn't mean that the person loves you. Somebody can give you a gift, but it doesn't mean that the person loves you. some people because of the motive they have in mind. So how will you know that the gifts or the stuff the person is giving you is based on love? And sometimes we misuse the word love in the extent that it's like you giving something that is physical, something that you can handle, something that it's like you can see. That's when we say that, oh, this person is showing me love. But some people can give you, gifts, but emotionally or in their hearts, they don't have any kind of, feelings towards you. That's when some people just realize that, oh, this person, he claims or she claims to love me, but see what, she or he is doing to me. So love transcends, as I said earlier on, love transcends beyond, mere gifts. Love transcends beyond, showing somebody just concern like buying stuff for the person. It takes a lot to love. It takes a lot to love because we all know that if somebody loves you, it means the person is mature. Because if it is only based on feelings, one time you will love somebody, and another time the person will, do some kind of thing to you, and like you are like, oh, I don't think I do really love this person. So love transcends beyond gifts, Sister Jackie.
So, Pastor
Yeah.
Enoch,
So
hearing you. Oh, Jackie, go ahead.
sorry, I'm not doing it again. Yeah, so I'm saying that there's different kinds of love. Maybe for someone being caring, but at the same time, it's still nice to go out and someone treat you, have that special moment to look back on, and would you say, yeah, as well. So it's like a combination of different things as well. So yeah, I would say love can cost, but at the same time, it's actually being with someone who's empathetic and listens to you and understands you as well. So yeah, I'll pass you over to Cecile. It's gone.
Yeah, Jackie, I love what you just said. I'll come back to that. I'm going for what Pastor Enoch said. Pastor Enoch said it costs to find love. So that was one of your words. It actually costs to find love. And you also said that giving gifts doesn't mean that someone loves you. It's being there constantly and presently when it matters. Then you can actually qualify love, not quantify love in terms of what they give you. Um, like you said, some people can be generous, so they will give to anyone and everyone, but it doesn't mean that they love them. So therefore, do we say that love is really a bit more than just receiving, a bit more than just probably giving, a bit more than just talking to someone constantly? So should we say that maybe love is kind of sacrifice, where the person has to consistently and constantly be there if you need them. Even when you don't need them, they could be there. But when you do need them also, they must be there. On that land, is everyone ready to be available at the moment to be constant or consistent in someone's life?
Yeah, I totally agree as well. It's really nice to have stability and someone care for you and be understanding as well as going out and spending time together. Like if it's financially, going on holiday, going to a nice restaurant, and someone showing they really do care. Yeah.
Pastor Enoch, I have a question. You said it costs to find love. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, one thing that I would say, and I'll explain like what I said. It costs to find love to the extent that since something is not based on feelings, you know, somebody that you claim to love might hurt you, but because you have love for the person, you got to let it go. You see, so you are looking beyond your feelings. You know that this thing hurts, but yet still because of the love that you have for the person, oh, you say okay, it's okay, I should let it go. It goes to the extent that it needs time, and we always say time is money, time is everything. So whilst you are giving time, it costing you something. It costs to the extent that you have to give, money. You have to spend. It costs to the extent that you have to sometimes even sacrifice family, even sacrifice work, even sacrifice sometimes your own feelings to help the opposite person. So love is very costly. It's very, very costly. It's very, very costly for me.
Mm. Jackie, can I ask you a question? Jackie,
Yeah.
Pastor Enoch just said love cost. So I'm looking at in terms of time. Do you think that people consciously or unconsciously they actually spending a lot on love? When you look at time, Pastor Enoch just said it takes time. You have to give time, and that time is money. So on that value, do you think that that love even costs more than material? Because you might not be able to give someone something every single time, but your
Yeah.
time will cost you.
I believe it's it's different for men, I suppose, because if they really like someone, they want to send them flowers, they want to give them gifts, they want to take them to nice restaurants, and women love that, yeah. And but at the same time, I think women can just fall in love with someone just by them being there and caring for them as well. So it's like an individual differences, really. So yeah.
Okay. Picking on what Jackie just said, Pastor Enoch, I'm coming to you. Jackie said women can just fall in love like that, but men can be giving gifts and taking art. Do you think that women falling in love just like that, is it love or is it feelings? Just simple attachment, feelings, attachment, want you to be needed, want you to be around. Is it really love?
Yeah, I would say that it's all part of love. Something must click, something for something to happen. You know what I mean? Like without feelings, it's also hard. You know, for someone to know that you love him or her, because like if, for instance, you love somebody, it's something that is from the heart. And most of the things that are from the heart are based on feelings. Right? It's based on feeling. So I would say that this kind of stuff is part of, love. Because whilst you be talking to somebody, the person might not be even like, let's say, your wife or your husband. One thing that we have to realize is that, for instance, communication plays major role. The more that you're talking to somebody in the night, in the morning, we are all human beings and we have feelings. And certain things, do come inside when it comes to love.
Now, uh, can I just ask both of you a question? You said love takes a lot, and so do you then qualify that someone doesn't love you or does love you when they constantly giving you gifts all the time, but the day they decide or they constantly tell you add, or They always available. The day they decided to say, oh, today I'm busy or today I'm doing this, then someone will say, oh, you don't love me because you haven't done that specific thing that I wanted you to do. So how do you then measure love?
Yeah, I can agree with that. Because I'll just give you an example. Say you're really close with someone, someone's really caring, and it's this is example. And it's your first night out, and you've gone to a nice restaurant or a nice wine bar, and then obviously the person buys you a drink, and then they turn around to you and go, it's your round next. How would you feel? Would you think, well, he's just treating me like a friend, So yeah. Or you go out for a meal and you split the bill half half. It's like your first time out together, and you're gonna think, do I really want to be with someone like that? So it can cause barriers as well.
I loved what Jackie just said. Pastor Eno, what do you think about that? Someone whom you just go out, spend time, they have the first round, then they say it's time for you to play the second one. But then they claim to love you, or they say 50-50. So how do you qualify love or quantify love?
It's very interesting. It's like that's a mature love. Love is understanding. So whilst like when you understand, your choices and your decisions that you make towards certain things like sharing bills and stuff, I don't consider it as bad thing because you have come into an agreement that this is what you got to do. That's when matured love comes inside. That's what I call true love. When you are able to agree with a partner about this kind of stuff, it means that you have grown in love. Because let's say a man will tell a woman, okay, though I'm the head, which men prefer to be, but when it comes to bills, we got to share it equally. And the woman will say, oh, okay, I don't have problem with it. When the woman is able to take this kind of stuff without, complaining and let's say letting it affect her feeling, then you know that indeed this kind of love is a mature love.
Yeah.
Jackie, you just brought in that topic. Do you think that if a man takes you out, you eating at the restaurant, you just have a nice drink or whatever, then they turn around and say that let's share the bill. Will you treat them as if they love you? How will you take it?
Right, well, it would be the first date, wouldn't it? Obviously, the first date, it would be nice if the other person treated you, but then if they're asking you to split the bill, what's the future going to be like with that person?
Future bill splits all the time.
It's not bad. I mean, like, before you go to a date with somebody, I mean, like, you guys have talked, more than, let's say, a period of time, right? So probably you might know, the work or some things about the man. So you shouldn't be surprised when you got there and the person wants you guys to share the bills. There's nothing wrong with it.
No, I know, but if you've been seeing someone as a good friend and they've been really caring and they go, oh, come, let's go out, it'll be our first night out, and then they turn around and say, all right, let's split the bill, I would think, why am I going out with this person?
Why would you think that? I don't know. Why. It's not a big deal.
I agree with Jackie.
Thank you, Cecile.
I agree with Jackie. Because if you taking me out, you are taking full responsibility to show me how much you love me. and
Yes,
you are taking.
sharing responsibility means I love you. If somebody loves you, he shares everything with you. So like, I love you, and what's the big deal of like, let's share the verse. If I can share my heart with you, why can't we share the verse together?
That
Yeah,
one
but
doesn't show too much love
we're,
as a
we're
woman.
talking about first date, going out, and you really, really care for this person. And then it's totally different when you've been with someone for a long time, or you're living together, and then you say, all right, there's some money towards the food or wherever we're going. That's totally different. But we're talking about like the first couple of days in.
So I want to ask this question. Okay, so I want to go to like a date with you. That's the first time of going to a date, and I don't have that much. Though I love you, but I don't have that much, and it's like, should I fake, like, by not letting you know, that, oh, uh, you know what? Can you help pay the bill? It's telling you the reality of life. It's telling you like who I'm really at. So it's not big deal.
I'm on this.
I, I
What?
will probably chip on that per se. No, I, someone took me out,
I'm not on
right?
there. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
Cecile.
So Jack is on
Looking for
communication.
a
So
cat. It's
someone
not
took
in
me
there.
out for lunch, and the person, I didn't want to go out.
Under the
They
seat.
carry on saying they taking me out for lunch. So if I don't know you, and the first time you're taking me out for lunch, I definitely have to bring a friend along because I don't know you that well.
Oh yeah, how do you go out with somebody you don't know? Like, you've been
No,
chatting and you've been speaking with a
you are
person.
chatting to someone, it doesn't mean you know them.
No.
You are talking to someone, it doesn't mean you know them. You are
So
just
when you're talking to somebody, like, you wouldn't ask anything that you want to know about a person.
But then I already asked everything I wanted to know about them. I already knew everything, most of what they told me, which is question mark. Is it true or not? But nevertheless, I already knew a lot about them. But then we on the phone, then the person now agreed, let's kind of meet quite often enough so I can get to know you, you can get to know me. So this is the
Yeah.
first time going to the restaurant after talking on the phone constantly. So now
Yeah,
I have to bring a
texting
friend
and
along because there's no way I can go to a restaurant with someone without anyone else along with me. This is kind of like assurance and protection for myself. So that the person doesn't confuse the matter. We are just talking here.
So in this case, are you telling me like,
I
you
agree
going out, like, you guys trying to,
with Cecile that I
make
think
sure you guys
nowadays,
can
if
fall in
you're
love with? Are you telling me that it's based on, the person's ability to provide at that point of time?
I will say at one point yes. Then listen to the story. So we went to the restaurant, right? On our way to the restaurant, before we even got there, I'm just coming from what you just said. You're not able to pay the bill. So the person pulled me on the side. They said, "Okay, this is just how much I have." I think they were at that point worried that because I'm with my friend, we might eat more or we might drink more. It's just juice. So anyway, I already knew how much he had, and I knew that we would not have eaten that much, although his money wasn't enough. But how much can we both eat? And again, we were going to a restaurant that doesn't cost that high. So we reached the restaurant. I said, "Well, don't worry." But what was fun is that we ordered the food according to his pocket. And even so, we would have ordered less really because we were not going to eat that much and the restaurant wasn't that costly. So they brought in the food. They brought in the food. We asked the person to join us in eating. They were worried about eating. They were not eating. The food was a lot more for the three of us. So two of us could not have finished the food. So we get the person to eat. They were kind of like, oh, I'm okay. But I knew deep in my heart that they were not actually okay because it was in the middle of the afternoon. So I'm sure they haven't eaten. So just join us and eat. So that was like me thinking, this is not for real. This person is a bit fishy. So anyway, we didn't ban him. We carry on eating. We order for drink. So I got the person, you order drink. But he was still worried probably about his pocket. But I already knew that what we are eating or drinking will not go over whatever he said he had. So now we ate relatively a 3% of what he had. So there was 1% left of the money that he declared he had. We probably ate a bit less than 3% of his money. So what made me now realize that this person is just not right or something wrong? When we got the bill to pay, we had eaten about less than 3% of what he had, which he already said that he had a problem that he had to resolve few days earlier. That's why he had just that much. So meaning that you are short of money. So when we finished eating, the money that was left, a big note, that big note, they came back with two notes. One of the bigger notes, he gave it to the waiter with extra changes. And then one of the small notes, he gave it to the little child that we were together with. So I'm thinking, you just said that you don't have money, why will you trying to show off to the waiter that big note? You could have given them the changes that we had. And then you reserve your bigger note because you already declared that you don't have money. So why are you going to show off out there when you definitely know that you don't have you don't have much in your purse? Does that make sense?
No, that's terrible.
Exactly.
Why take you on a date when he's limited with money? I mean, it's different if you're with someone for a long time and they say, oh, I've only got this amount of money, but not on the first date. He should have just said, oh, can we make the date for like in a couple of weeks' time when I get paid?
Jackie, what was funny is that even what he had, it was enough for what we would have eaten. It was enough. We would not have eaten for that much. But what was funny to me is that he already declared what he had, and we would have naturally eaten less than that. But the money that was given back to him, then he gives it out. And I'm thinking, do you get me? Like, what's going on here? Pastor Enoch, you tell me.
Yeah, I have several questions on this. Like one is that, like, how would you go to a date and you take others with you?
Oh, why would I go to a date and take others with me? That's a good question. Nah, to me, it's like there's no way. Even if I've been talking to you for 6 months, for 1 year on the phone, and probably met you like that on the road or something, if I'm going to a restaurant to eat with you, I will bring a friend along.
And
No matter who you
who's
are.
gonna pay? Who's gonna pay for the friendship?
You are paying for my friend. You
I
are
mean,
paying for
for
us.
this one, I don't agree. Like, before you bring somebody, it must be an agreement. You
Well,
have
I
to.
will definitely tell you beforehand that I don't go out because I don't know you that well, so I will not come by myself. I will come with someone.
And secondly, like, what I would say is that probably he wasn't telling all the truth. And maybe, yeah, he might have, some extra cash without wanting you to know, right? Because it's kind of weird for somebody, that has little on him and has a problem ahead, to do such as irresponsible acts. That's what I would call it, irresponsible. So I don't totally agree to the extent that that was all that he told you about. about himself.
Wouldn't
Jackie,
you, if you was going to meet someone for the first time, wouldn't you meet someone local and maybe get a cab there and a cab home? And have your friend call you and then you can talk. And if you feel uncomfortable, your friend knows where you are and can come in.
well, I do agree to some extent, Jackie, to what you're saying. But to me, it's like some people can easily confuse going to a dinner, like actually being in proper relationship or having a proper date. So to me, it's like, let's go to dinner, let's go and eat before you even put in your mind that this is a proper date, because I don't want you to wrap up ideas that, oh, we are actually together just because we have gone out and eaten out. So I have to kind of protect myself in that line.
Yeah, oh no, I can understand that, but I'm just saying, like, closer to home, and if there was a problem, you could call your friend to come in or text her.
It doesn't matter, even if it's one step to my house or
Yeah.
20 steps to my house, I still bring someone. That's just me, anyway.
I'll come next time.
Oh, yes, Jackie, we definitely going.
I'll come next.
So, Pastor Eno, so that to come back, that love can cost um, in different ways.
Mm, mm. Yeah, money, it's very, 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 very costly. But one thing is that I always say some people, their love is based on emotions. For somebody to, though it's painful when there is separation, but I don't think like when you do really love somebody, and even the relationship that you have with a person doesn't go as you guys plan, it shouldn't be like, something that will be a yardstick for one of you to stand on, to hate each other. Because once you say you love somebody, it shouldn't be based on, feelings and stuff. That are childish love. That's what I would call it. Even though love costs, but it takes a responsible people to fall in love. It takes responsible people to fall in love, and it's very, very, very costly.
Mm. So we all do agree that love does cost a lot to be in love. If love costs a lot, how then are we expected to find love that easily?
Please, can you repeat the question?
If love then costs that much, how are we expected to find love that easily? Because we have to be able to budget for it. Let me put it that way. If you don't have what it takes to find love, that costing part, can you still find love?
Oh, okay. Like one thing I would say is that first of all, everything is a process. Everything starts with a process. You know, before you be attached to something, it is based on something that that you have seen. You know, it's all part of it. Because sometimes you see that this couples, maybe the man does not have money, but yet still there is kind of great affection and kind of great respect, because let's say if you find a partner and in your heart you think like, oh, this person I can love, even though the person is not having, even though I'm not seeing what I need to see in him. Love, I think, is believing. When you believe in something, you go all out with it. You know that, oh, I'm not stepping with my one leg and other one outside. This kind of thing, it hurts too much. Because nowadays, people love from their mind. people laugh from their mind. Yeah, because at the end of the day, we are not all sure about each other. We are not all sure about each other. Even in marriages, sometimes we will see that, oh, we have come to an agreement that we are saving together. But you realize that one person is trying to be, smart here, thinking about what if the marriage crashes, what if something happens, what if family, and those kind of things. This kind of thing is not love. I believe that real love is whereby you all sacrifice what you have to be together, no matter how the standard of the person.
Jackie, your question. How will you say that someone loves you? What would you want to see?
Right, how they act towards me, how caring they are, if they're empathetic, if I've got a problem and I can talk to them, and as well as not being my, as well as being my partner, but being my best friend, someone I can really confide in as well as go out and enjoy each other's company, and yeah.
So, Jackie, you having said that, what would then be the limitation, Pastor, for someone to find love?
Say that again, Cecile.
Based on what you have just said, so I'm asking Pastor Enoch, what would be the limitation for someone to find love? Just based on what Jackie has said, is it too much to ask or is it too little to ask? What will be the limitation for Jackie to find love based on what she has just said?
Yeah, I would say that, to everything there is, limitations. To everything. There are situations whereby you go beyond your limit, and, feelings will be hurt, and stuff began to enter into the relationship. For instance, maybe Sister Jackie will prefer somebody, that will be showing her caring, that somebody that she can, share her problem with, somebody that, she can lay on to think about future. But definitely she has something that is inside her that, let's say, if the person go beyond such limitations, such red line, it doesn't matter how much you love the person, you will love to, just go your separate ways. For a man needs respect. It doesn't matter how and the things that you provide for him, he needs to be respected. For instance, if like I do all that I want to do for you, and you just belittle my image or belittle me, it doesn't matter how much I love you. Respect is respect. So I would totally agree with Sister Jackie that for her preferences, it's not bad.
Great, great, great. We are reaching the end. So, Jackie and Pastor Enoch, if you can advise anyone who's looking for love out there, what approach to take so that it doesn't look as if love costs too much to find it or to give it.
Ladies first.
Jackie?
Yeah, I just think, it's all about that spark, that connection with someone, and communication, and, having someone as a best friend that you can talk to. Obviously, the opposite sex, and, try and make a future together, even if it means like going on holiday or going out to eat or going to the theatre or like having experiences like to look back on and think, oh yeah, we went there, we saw that show, oh we've seen that film. We done that, memories. Good memories.
Brilliant. Thank you, Jackie. Paseno.
Yeah, I would say
Well,
that
thank
though,
you.
though love is costly though, but it doesn't necessarily mean like something that is beyond one's reach. There are little things that makes people feel loved, like as Sister Jackie earlier said on that. Sometimes you need communication, good communication. Sometimes you need to show, caring. Even if you don't have, the physical things to provide for the opposite. I think it's supposed to be something that in your heart you know what you want, and it's not based on the physical things that you see. So many a times we sometimes go for the physical features that we see around men or around women, but I wouldn't call that love. Love is not based on something. I will always say that we just love because we are human beings, and that is what our heart tells us to do. So in a relationship or in a love way, affection and creating memories, good memories. Once you give the devil a chance, that's when marriages and stuff collapses. Once you give people a chance to show your partner more care than you, it becomes a problem. So if you are in love and really in love, you got to do the little things that makes you guys happy. Though the pains will come, but you make the person know that in rain or sun, you shall stand by the person.
Mm. I just love the way both of you concluded in different ways, but it's exactly the same thing. You both said that the things that you do together, the little things that you do together, the memories that Jackie was saying, and you said the same thing, that the little thing you do together, and at the same time you said that not to allow someone else to show more caring or more loving to your partner than you. So really it's together, what you do together, that's what builds love and makes it stand. So anyone who is out there looking for love, although love costs too much, it might cost a lot, but have just heard from the two experts saying that it's the little things that you do for each other, the little things that you do for one another. It's those things that really count, and the small memories that you build together to look back on and smile. So thank you so much. This is what we have for the day. We hope
Yeah,
you
thank you.
enjoy.
Lovely talking to you all.
Brilliant. We hope you enjoy the show. So please share, subscribe, and follow us. Next week is going to be another brilliant topic. So we hope you enjoy the love talk today. Until next time, what do we say to our viewers?
Let's chit chat.
Chit chat. And see you
Ciao.
soon.
Happy Jubilee, everyone. Bank holiday.
And a great Jubilee Bank holiday to everyone, of course. Yes, see ya. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for staying with us until the end. It's been wonderful discussing this topic. I was brought up to believe that any worries not talked about become bigger problems. There's no wrong reason to reach out if you're going through these issues, or you know anyone who is going through this issue. Please reach my contact number below and I will ensure to reach you back. My passion in life is to see you having a healthier, a happier, and a more balanced life. Thank you.